Welcome to East Tennessee Pinball. Today I'm going to try to fix the Flash Gordon. And actually I'm not trying to fix this one here. I'm trying to fix really I think anyway, this MPU, which is out of another Flash Gordon. I was at a guy's house yesterday. I was working a couple of pins and he was showing me the problem he had with this Flash Gordon and with this MPU. And again, it's a different pin, but I think it's probably the MPU related. So what would happen was, and this is kind of a new development for the game, normally on this game, if you've got free ball enabled, you have to knock down those 3 targets, then hit the stand-up target in the back, and it will light the extra ball light. And then if you hit it one more time, you earn the extra ball, and we'll say shoot again on here. So on his game, sometimes if you just hit that first drop target, it would just go immediately to shoot again with just one target. It's like, that's very weird. And I was a little confused. I thought, well, maybe like that back stand-up target is all I thought maybe you just have to hit the back stand-up target, like say twice, and that would do it. But no, because I got a screwdriver. There's a piece of plastic, clear plastic over there, so you can't really get it easily. So I got a screwdriver and jammed back there without knocking down the 2 drop targets. Hit it 2 or 3 times, and that will not, at least on this MPU, that will not light the extra ball there. Extra ball, and subsequently they shoot again. So apparently the MPU needs to see these 3 targets go on that. So it's like, well, how does just knocking that down like that go through the sequence? And it was just bizarre. So I couldn't think of any kind of like, I thought maybe these switches were too close and just the vibrations were closing them, but it would have to be the 3 of them in sequence, or all those 3 down and those. And I looked at the switches for these 3, and they were gapped pretty wide. So I'm pretty sure that's it. So I'm thinking maybe it's either the ROM or maybe the RAM. So I guess the first thing I'm going to do, I've got this Flash Gordon. It's I'm selling this actually. I think I'm selling it this weekend. Guy's going to pick it up. I've got a hardtop for it, so he's going to buy it as is, and he's going to install the hardtop. I've got more work than I can ever get to, and this thing is like a real bad touch-up job. And then there's Mylar on top of that, so all that Mylar's going to have to come off and put the hardtop. But then it'll be a beautiful game. I'm sure this guy gets done with it. But anyway, for now, what I'm going to do, I've got a new Weebly board in here. I'm going to stick this board in this game and see if I can reproduce the same wacky behavior. And then first off, I'll know for sure that the problem is on this board and not some kind of a switch matrix issue on his game. And I don't think it is, just because of the complexity of getting all those down. And I went through the switch test. Every one of them worked fine. So I don't think it's a playfield issue. I think it's a board problem. So I'm going to pull this back glass off and swap out the boards. All right, so I got the other guy's board in this game here. I'm gonna boot it up. We're getting blinking lights. That's good. Soundboard's booted. Okay, so we're all booted. Okay, I started a game. And so what his game would do most of the time, one switch there. Oh, it did it. See? I did one switch. So for sure, the problem is that board. Because I just pulled out this Weebly, and it was working fine on here. So I've done the first test. I've confirmed it this. So first, I doubt it's this NVRAM, but so I'm just thinking it's got to keep track of these. At some point, the MPU has to keep track of what is down the sequence. And I was thinking, well, maybe if that was bad, that would be it. I don't think that's it. I think it's probably the ROM, but for these ROMs, I'm going to have to burn them. For this, I can just pull it out and put a 5101 in there. I believe it's 5101 anyway. Yeah, it says right there, 5101. So I'm going to just pull that out, throw a 5101 on there real quick and check and see if that fixes the problem first. And then if that doesn't fix it, then I'll look about burning some new ROMs and see if we can get this board fixed. All right, so I pulled out this NVRAM and put in just a regular 5101. Boot it up again. I probably have to add some credits to it because it will. I guess this one remembered the credits from the other machine the other day. Okay, so we're booted up. See if I can reach a credit switch down here. Okay. I hear Ming saying we gave him some credits. Start the game. Try to get this all in the field of view for y'all. Hit that switch. Hey, that might have been it. That's okay. So I lit that one more time. And that's not lit, but that could be a bad bulb. Again, this is selling this thing as is. That bulb may be out. And I believe on this game there's a setting so you can only, depending on switch, is it switch 30 maybe? Trying to remember. There's one of these switches that you can set it so you can only earn one ball per game. I don't know how this is set, so I didn't earn another one just there. And that could be because this game is set on conservative mode with extra balls, so you can only get the one. So I'm gonna reboot it and try this again. Because on the other game it was, every now and then it wouldn't do it, but most of the times it would. And here in a minute I'll check to make sure that light's working. Just go through this a couple more times. I'm gonna go to the lamp test real quick, just make sure. Oh, that lamp is working. Huh. Maybe I've got it set so there's no extra balls. Let me go get the manual. I don't know if I got a manual. I look it up online, and I want to make the settings so that I can earn an extra ball so I can really fully test this thing. Okay, so to set the extra balls on, you've got to go into the memory here. It's not one of the switches. The switches does turn it to conservative or liberal, but you got to get to switch number 16, not switch 16, item number 16 here, and it needs to be set to number 2. So I'm going to press the credit button. There we go. Okay, so now we have the extra balls set. They're turned on, so let me boot up the game again, and we will see if we can actually get the shoot again light to work. Okay, so we're on ball 1. Oh, let's start the game here. Oh. There we go. Okay. So that started before I even hit that, so maybe that was the new switch. Okay, so that was right. Okay, now one switch hit, and that should go off. And so this may be set for 1 extra ball per game. So I'm gonna just reboot it again. Oops, I guess I'm out of credits. Okay. Do this one more time. Thought last time I just hit the third one and it goes. Again, that may be a setting, maybe. Or maybe that's the way it works. Is it's one. I might be confused that you don't have to hit that for the extra ball to light. You hit the third target for that to light, and then that back one is this one here. So maybe this is just the normal way. Okay, that's good. What hasn't messed up since I put that 51 in there? So I think it was just a bad that NVRAM went bad. And this is a modern one. I mean, I don't know how old it is, but it's not too awful old. But apparently it's gone bad. Anyway, I think I've got another one of these laying around somewhere. I don't know if this guy wants to buy one of those or just put one of these in there. Either way, better than buying a whole new MPU, because I was telling them, it's like I can try putting this chip in or I figured it maybe, what I actually told him was I figured it was ROM, and I was thinking about it last night. I was like, well, maybe it's a sequence of remembering what had already been down, so maybe it was the RAM and not the ROM, and sure enough it was. So that's good news, because that was the easiest thing. That's a pretty cheap chip. So anyway, I think I got it. Anyway, so thanks for watching the videos, and click that subscribe button and hit the like button. Adios. So I was editing this video and I was thinking, you know what? What if that socket there is the problem, and this NVRAM chip, the original one, was actually good, and just the process of taking it in and out made it work. So sticking this NVRAM, the old one, back in there just one more time, just make sure that that's not the case. I'm gonna try this real quick, make sure if it messes up again, then we'll be absolutely for sure that it's that chip, not maybe the socket. Okay, so we're booted. Nope, one shot, it did it again. So yeah, now I'm 100% convinced. So that thing can go. I'll give it back to the client, but it's trash.